Hey, you came back. Awesome. I'm John Beilfuss, the executive chef of Lula's Louisiana Cookhouse in Owasso, Michigan. Currently closed due to coronavirus. And unfortunately, they stuck me, somebody who loves to cook, in a corner of a kitchen, a commercial kitchen, with some food in the house, a 30-foot cement bar. This is just devastating. But anyways, today I've got a really awesome dish for you. It's a West African dish. It's called groundnut stew. Groundnut is a peanut, but we're going to call it West African chicken stew so people will look at it. And it's just awesome. I hope you like it. This dish, this is a dish that I came up with for one of our African nights, one of our special events. And it became one of my favorites rapidly. So I really hope you enjoy it as much as I do, and let's have some fun making it. And here's everything you're going to need to make this awesome dish. We have 8 pieces of chicken. I cut the breasts in half, so we actually have 10, but it would start as 8. We have 1 jalapeno cut in half, 1 large Vidalia onion chopped, 5 cloves of garlic minced, 2 tablespoons of tomato paste, 1/2 cup of organic peanut butter, 3 cups of chicken stock, 1 pound of chopped frozen okra, and a seasoning mix of 2 teaspoons of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of white pepper, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne, and 1 teaspoon of ground thyme, and 1 very dry martini, stirred, not shaken, never shaken. You're not James Bond. Hey, shout out to my staff today. I had the opportunity to talk to John Lamoureux, one of my favorite guys, and he was filling me in on the staff, and it was just awesome to hear that everybody's doing okay. They're getting their checks, everything, they're surviving, and boy, that made me feel a lot better today. So keep going, guys. We'll see you soon. We're going to start by browning the chicken in a little peanut oil. We're starting on one side. We'll brown that for 3 or 4 minutes, and then turn it over. Okay, I wanted to say the recipes that I'm trying to give you are recipes that most of the time I hope you have a lot of these ingredients at home. I'm trying to concentrate on easier things to do. We keep doing this. We'll get into some charcuterie and all kinds of different things, but trying to focus right now on dishes that you can make at home in an hour or less, and it's fun for me to be able to take a tour through my own life of different foods I've learned to cook and perfected recipes for. Now those have browned up nicely on one side, so I'm going to throw our jalapeno in. I've spun them over, and we're going to give them another nice browning on this side. And now we brown these on the other side for about 5 minutes. I'm going to pull them out of the pan and add our onions. So I'm going to add our 1 large Vidalia style onion, a pinch of salt, good pinch of salt, and we're going to let these cook until they start to brown. Something got me thinking about an employee that we've had here, and he's kind of come and gone. He either quits every once in a while or I fire him every once in a while. He'll work here for 2 years and then go away for a year and then come back for another year or 2. And I'm going to call him Dave. His name is Bob, but I'm going to call him Dave. So Dave came to work before. He was the first guy I ever hired here. And I said, you know what? He's going to come to work every day and give it all he's got. I was wrong, but I still liked him, and I still do like him. He's the first, when we were teaching him all the French techniques, he said to me one day, John, how do you say beignet in French? So these onions have been sauteing for about 8 minutes, and they look about right to me. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to add our 5 cloves of chopped garlic. Stir that around. I'm going to let that go for another couple minutes here. One day, Dave came to me. Dave came to me and said, you know, it was one of these times where it was about time for Dave and I to take a little break, you know, from each other. And he came to me and said, John, I got a really good job offer. They're offering me 75 cents an hour more. And I said, oh, Bob, congratulations. That's awesome. I'm really, really happy for you. And good luck. So we let that saute for a couple minutes now with the garlic, and I'm just going to add the tomato paste. I'm going to stir that around and let that saute for not just another couple minutes. So Dave was a great guy. He came back to work for us like a year after that incident, and welcomed him back, glad to have him back, and he became our chicken man, fried chicken all the time. And you would call down the line to Dave and say, hey, how long on that chicken? You say, 3. And, you know, the chicken would come out 6-7 minutes later. And, you know, you'd call for, hey Dave, how we doing on that chicken? Where are we at? 3? And one day, anyways, dawned on us. Dave always says 3. And we said, Dave, why do you say 3 when it's 12 or 3 when it's 1? He said, I don't know, I always just say 3. So we let that go a couple minutes. We're going to add our peanut butter. You want to get a good quality organic peanut butter if possible, but certainly a good quality. That's just peanuts. If you see additives, sugars, and things, you know, you really prefer not to put that in this dish. But we're going to stir this around. And we're going to go ahead and add our 3 cups of chicken stock. So we've added our 3 cups of chicken stock in. We're bringing that up to a boil. And we're going to add our chicken along with our jalapeno back in. And we're going to add our 1 pound of cut okra. I'm going to stir that all around. Now we're going to add our seasoning mix. Stir that in real good. And I'm going to bring this to a boil and then turn it down and simmer for about a half hour. Dave. I have to remember to keep using the name Dave. And so here's the story. So when I was a kid, we had dogs. We always had dogs, and then we'd have some dogs that would come and go, and you know, we'd see them for a while, and we wouldn't see them for a while. The main one, his name was Blubber. Well, that's what we called him. And he was a 7-foot-long basset. Really, almost 7 feet long, I'm sure. And he showed up one day and he stayed with us for 6 months and then disappeared. And 6 months, 8 months later, he'd come back again. And I remember particularly one July. Anybody seen Blubber? No, haven't seen him in a couple of days. Well, we didn't see him again until Christmas Eve. So 6 months later, for Christmas Eve, in comes my cousin Lula with all of her Christmas gifts. And she's bringing her basket in, and she sets them down. Behind her comes in Blubber. And she like, oh my God, what is that? And I said, well, I think that's Blubber. Let's see if he keeps coming. And he came in, and she said, my God, I thought that dog would never get through that door. He must be like 7 feet long. And so I always kind of think of Dave like Blubber. He comes and goes. When he comes back, we feed him, we take care of him, we let him fry chicken. And then all kidding aside, you know, I miss all my employees right now. And Bob, who wasn't working with us when we closed, I even miss Bob. So now that's come up to a nice boil. I'm going to turn it down to a simmer, and we're going to let it cook for about a half hour. So this is just about done. Looks really good, smells really good. If you have a meat thermometer, you just want to poke the thickest part of one of these chicken thighs or breasts to make sure that it's at 165 degrees or more. If not, you know, if you go 35 minutes simmering like this, you'll be there. But it's always great to have a meat thermometer to let you know for sure. And that's been 35 minutes, and we're going to go ahead and plate. Looks and smells delicious. Can't wait to have our groundnut stew for dinner. And there's our beautiful and delicious groundnut stew. I've served it over a little bit of basmati rice and topped it with a little bit of cilantro. So thanks again for watching another exciting episode of Totally Unprofessional Videos by John. I'm really excited. We're at 9,200 views of these videos, and I've been doing this less of a month. So I'm trying, my goal was 10,000 views in the first month, and please, I think we're going to make it. But I really appreciate you taking your time to watch it. I'm so grateful for all the people that are sending me notes, that they've made the recipes. I'm grateful for my grandchildren who are making the recipes and sending me pictures. So let's do more of them, and thanks again for coming, and I really appreciate your support.